I have the pleasure to introduce Dr. Grace Wong. Everyone, I'm sure, knows her, but she has a very special announcement for us today.
Thank you, Dr. Boria. Good afternoon, colleagues. Wonderful to see you here. My colleagues and I are here today to share with you a great news that Professor John Beacom has been selected for Distinguished Scholar Award.
Oh, nice.
Hey. And as many of you know that the Distinguished Scholar Award is among the highest annual honors Ohio State bestows on a faculty member. So it's a really significant recognition. And Professor Beacom, this is in recognition of your significant contributions to particle and nuclear astrophysics research. And hearty congratulations to what you have done. And thank you so much for your research leadership. And I also want to take the opportunity to recognize Dr. Jan Weissenberg and also the entire Distinguished Scholar Award Committee, who has spent a lot of time and efforts to make such wonderful and outstanding selection. So thank you so much, Jan, for your leadership. And with that, I'd like to turn to Dean Horn to say a few words.
Thank you, Grace, and congratulations, John. This is not the first time you've been recognized for your scholarly achievements. Others include being a Fermilab Scholar and being an APS Fellow. You've also been honored by the college and by the university for your outstanding teaching, and you have a really impressive record of public outreach as well. So thank you for all the kinds of work that you do to advance the mission of the college and the university, and congratulations from all of us in the arts and sciences.
And we'll turn this to Dean Susan Olisic then. Please.
Thank you very much. So, John, I'd just like to say, follow on with my own hearty congratulations. So, as your nomination said, and I completely agree, you have made numerous and profound impacts, both in your field and on Ohio State, and we are very, very grateful for that. The awards that you received before this award maps that really quite well. Within OSU, you've received the Distinguished Mentor Award for postdocs, and also you've received an award for outstanding teaching, the Distinguished Alumni Teaching Award. So you are an incredible member of our faculty, and we are so very, very proud to bestow this award to you. Congratulations. And one other thing, personally, I always appreciate your profound honesty to me, and that is just absolutely excellent. So thank you. I think I would like to introduce now our next person, who is the VP for Knowledge Enterprise, Dr. Greiner Brzezinska. Dorota, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you, Susan, and hello, everyone. And let me begin with most heartfelt congratulations, John. I just want to echo what Grace just said. The Ohio State Distinguished Scholar Award is among the highest recognitions that the university confers on a faculty member, and it's always in recognition of exceptional research accomplishments, scholarly activity, or creative work. And of course, this year is no different than in the past. We selected the best and the most accomplished among our faculty to be recognized. Dr. Beacom's exceptional scholarly contributions have come in the field of neutrino astrophysics. And let me try if I can get it right, which is at the nexus of nuclear physics, particle physics, and astrophysics, and demands an unparalleled ability to connect theoretical calculations to experimental design and analysis, what again John brings in one human. I hope I got it right, John. I tried my best to understand, but that's rocket science. So I just want to make a personal comment. The part of the Distinguished Scholar Award recognition that I personally like the most is the element of surprise. So I absolutely love watching the unexpected recipient to learn the news. So I certainly hope that you enjoy your surprise, John, and please accept my most sincere congratulations. And with that, I'd like to introduce Dr. Peter Mahler, the Vice President for Research. Peter, over to you.
Thanks, Dorota. And thank you for speaking on the science. From medicine, I failed all those courses, and so I'm really glad that you were able to say all those words. I just want to comment a little bit. Going through, John, when we look at these applications, the word pillar came up multiple times in your letter, and it is just so the impact that you're having across a lot of areas. We talked about your brilliance in research, but the way that your colleagues count on you in areas of research and teaching and learning and leadership and service, it just makes me really proud to be a Buckeye. So on behalf of all, huge congratulations. And certainly it's you, it's your team. So please pass along our congratulations to your team as well. And so I'd like to turn this back over to Michael to finish.
Right. Well, thanks, Peter. John, congrats from all of your colleagues. It's just spectacular. It is fun to see you surprised, because you always seem to look so serious, right? So it's good to see you smile. And I think it's just an honor to have you to be one of your colleagues. I mean, I did thoroughly enjoy getting to be a part of putting together the package, although we had a huge amount of help from astronomy, and there's a number of your astronomy colleagues here as well. And I think that's one of the things I really, what John as being leader of CCAPP, has really allowed the two departments to be very close, and I've enjoyed getting to know more of the people over in astronomy. So I think it highlights, how working together is so powerful. And John, you're a leader in that. And then the one other thing is he's just a very gracious person with his time, probably too gracious. And so, and has really been, I know, hugely helpful for me in many areas, even helping with helping with my tenure package when I was putting it together. He, even outside of, even though I was in biophysics, or am still, right? So John, congrats. And actually, maybe David, did you want to say a couple of words before we sign off?
Sure. I'm aware that all the physics faculty have a very exciting faculty meeting ahead, and I don't want to keep you from it. But it was a pleasure to help with this nomination. As a postdoc at the Institute for Advanced Study, I got to know John Bacall very well, and John Bacall was sort of the founder of the field of neutrino astrophysics, along with Ray Davis on the experimental side, and also kind of established the first major postdoc institution in astrophysics in the US. And the field of neutrino astrophysics is much bigger now than it was 30 years ago, in part because it turned out to be so much more interesting. So, I don't know that there's quite an equivalent of John B1, but to the extent there is, I think it's actually John B2, particularly in the degree to which you really synthesize what is coming in from so many different experiments, develop the theory, the interpretation, and inspire the experimentalists themselves to go on and do so much more. And you really are at the center of the field in that way. And strikingly, you are also one of the great contributors to postdoctoral training in astrophysics and cosmology in the US. And both of those have been tremendous contributions. And I also have to say that over the last 20 years, physics and astronomy are the two departments that have had the most distinguished scholars. We're a little competitive about that, but I do want to congratulate the physics department on having joint appointees in each of the last 2 years, and we are glad to have that continue. So, big congratulations.
Thank you very much, everybody. I'm grateful, and yes, I am shocked and surprised. I was planning on just having an ordinary, crummy faculty meeting where we got upset about things, but no, I actually feel pretty happy now. And Dorota made the point about being surprised. I was surprised, although I got a big clue when I logged on to Zoom and I saw a bunch of faces that are not usually here, including my wife, Jenna, who's almost never in a physics faculty meeting. And that was a clue that something was going on. I really appreciate all of your warm and supportive remarks. I've been here since, 2004, and it's been a really wonderful time. And the thing that makes it wonderful is the people I work with. And, the science is great, but doing science with your friends is incredibly better. And not only the friends that we have in physics and in astronomy, but also in the research leadership of the university. And I'm still here because I really love it. And I think it's a wonderful place, and I'm grateful for all of your remarks and support. And I'm really grateful to work with everybody here. So I don't know what else I can say. I'm kind of surprised, but thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Poria, Dr. Vanberg, Dr. Lissig, and Dr. Horn. Thank you so much for planning this surprise together with ours. It seems like we did a pretty good job collectively.
I actually have one last remark. When a long time ago, when President Gee showed up with the teaching award, he walked in and I went blank and I said, "I'm sorry to see you." So happily, I did not do that today. I was just so shocked.
Good. You didn't say that today, John. That was pretty good. And Jana, thank you so much for joining us. And colleagues, we'll let you go back to your faculty meeting. And John, hearty congratulations.